The most dangerous voice in your life is the one inside your head. What you tell yourself matters. The most powerful conversation you will ever have is not with the world, not with your enemies, not even with your closest allies. It is the conversation you have with yourself when no one is listening. Every life is quietly shaped by words that are never spoken out loud, words whispered in moments of doubt, words repeated in silence before action, words that either lift the spine or slowly bend it. Long before a man stands tall in public, he has either defeated himself or strengthened himself in private. History proves this again and again. Before Edison lit the world, he told himself that failure was not final. Before Lincoln led a nation through darkness, he spoke courage into his own despair. Before Carnegie built influence, he trained his inner voice to believe that character could be learned, discipline could be practiced, and confidence could be earned. What you tell yourself becomes the architect of your habits. Your habits become the rhythm of your days, and your days, stacked together, become your destiny. Most people never lose because they are incapable. They lose because they negotiate with doubt. They allow hesitation to speak louder than purpose. They allow fear to masquerade as logic. A weak inner voice does not scream, it whispers. It sounds reasonable. It says, maybe tomorrow. It says, you're not ready yet. It says, people like you don't succeed at things like this. And slowly, without resistance, a strong future is postponed. But strength has always begun the same way, with a decision to control the mind before the mind controls you. Clarity is not something you wait for. It is something you command through disciplined thought. Confidence is not a gift. It is the byproduct of repeated inner alignment between what you believe and what you do. When your words match your actions, self-trust is born. And when self-trust is born, hesitation loses its grip. Look closely at those who rise under pressure. They are not fearless, they are focused. They have trained their inner dialogue to ask better questions. Not, what if I fail? But, what must I become to succeed? Not, why is this hard? But, what is this teaching me? This is the difference between a drifting mind and a directed one. A drifting mind consumes circumstances. A directed mind shapes them. Discipline of thought is quiet work. No applause, no recognition, just daily correction, daily alignment, daily choice. Carnegie understood this deeply. He taught that people are not defeated by others, but by the beliefs they accept about themselves. Change the belief and behavior follows. Change the inner sentence and the outer life rewrites itself. Every challenge you face is first processed internally. The meaning you assign determines the strength you summon. Tell yourself you are overwhelmed and your body obeys. Tell yourself you are growing and resilience answers. This is not motivation. This is mental law. And once you understand that your inner voice is a tool, not a master, you stop reacting and you start directing. The moment you take authority over that voice, life stops happening to you and starts responding through you. Strength is built in repetition, not loud repetition, silent repetition. Every morning before the world makes its demands, your mind sets a tone, and whatever tone you allow becomes the rhythm of your reactions. Most people wake up already negotiating. They negotiate with effort.
They negotiate with discomfort. They negotiate with the very standards that could save them. But strong minds do something different. They decide before emotion enters the room. They do not ask how they feel. They ask who they choose to be. That is where power begins. When you tell yourself, "I do what needs to be done, regardless of mood," discipline becomes automatic. When you tell yourself, "This moment is shaping me," pressure transforms into purpose. When you tell yourself, "I am responsible," excuses lose their voice. This is why two people can face the same obstacle and walk away changed in opposite directions. One walks away smaller, the other walks away sharper. The difference is not intelligence, it is interpretation. Your inner dialogue decides whether hardship becomes a prison or a proving ground. Lincoln faced ridicule, loss, and repeated failure, but his private words were anchored in resolve, not resentment. He did not rehearse defeat, he rehearsed duty. Disney was told imagination had no value, but he spoke vision into isolation until rejection had no authority over him. Every great figure you admire mastered this one principle. They did not allow the world to finish their sentences. They finished them themselves. And here's the truth most never accept. Your mind will always speak. Silence is not an option. So the question is not whether you will listen, but what you will allow it to say. If you do not train it, it will default to fear. If you do not guide it, it will repeat the past. If you do not challenge it, it will protect comfort at the cost of growth. But when you consciously shape your inner language, something extraordinary happens. Your standards rise quietly. Your tolerance for weakness shrinks naturally. Your confidence stabilizes, not from praise, but from integrity. Because confidence is simply this: knowing that when pressure arrives, you will not betray yourself. That trust is earned in moments no one sees, in the thoughts you correct, in the excuses you interrupt, in the promises you keep internally before you ever make them publicly. And slowly, without announcement, your life begins to reflect that discipline. Your posture changes, your decisions sharpen, your presence carries weight. Not because you are louder, but because you are aligned. This is not about positive thinking, it is about truthful thinking. Thinking that strengthens instead of weakens. Thinking that directs instead of drifts. And when your inner voice becomes disciplined, your outer life becomes decisive. Decisive people are not born that way. They are trained from the inside out. Every time you correct a thought that tries to lower your standards, you are building leverage over your future. Every time you refuse to rehearse fear, you reclaim energy that was never meant to be wasted. Every time you replace "I can't" with "I will figure it out," you widen the range of what is possible. This is how inner authority is formed. The mind does not respond to wishes. It responds to commands. Vague intentions create weak behavior. Clear internal directives create momentum. When you tell yourself, "This is who I am now," the mind organizes resources to support that identity. When you say, "I'm trying," it prepares excuses. When you say, "I'm committed," it prepares solutions. Your self-talk is not decoration, it is instruction. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people sabotage themselves quietly, politely, and consistently. They speak to themselves in ways they would never allow from others. They normalize doubt. They tolerate internal disrespect. And then they wonder why confidence feels fragile. Confidence collapses when your inner voice is untrustworthy. But when you speak to yourself with firmness and clarity, something stabilizes. Your emotions fall into line.
Your habits align with intention. Your resilience stops being reactive and becomes deliberate. You no longer depend on motivation. You move from principle. This is why discipline outlasts inspiration. Inspiration fades, principles endure. A disciplined inner voice does not ask for permission, it issues direction. It says, stand up. It says, focus. It says, finish. And when resistance appears, as it always will, that voice does not negotiate. It reminds you that discomfort is temporary, but identity is permanent. This is how strong lives are built, not through dramatic breakthroughs, but through daily alignment between thought and action. Small decisions made consistently with conviction. You do not need to dominate others. You need to govern yourself. You do not need louder affirmations. You need cleaner internal agreements. Decide what thoughts are allowed. Decide what excuses are unacceptable. Decide what standards are non-negotiable. Because the moment you do, your mind stops pulling against you and starts working for you. And when your inner world is ordered, the outer world responds. Opportunities recognize clarity. Pressure respects preparation. And life eventually yields to those who speak to themselves with authority. This is the quiet power no one can take from you. The power of directing your own mind. And when that power is mastered, nothing outside you has the final word.
This channel isn't for everyone. It's for those who choose discipline over excuses.